All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a channel where we're going to go ahead and talk about the best ways to study and prepare for your IELTS examination. My name is Vivian, and my YouTube page is Study IELTS with Viv. And I want to just go ahead and talk about today's topic, which is how to write the perfect essay. This will be divided into several other broadcasts that I'm going to make, but today's broadcast is going to be about the essay structure. As you can see on the screen out here, we are talking about the writing task 2, which is essay writing for most people, be it general or academic. And I'm going to go ahead and focus on the structure today and then talk about applying a particular topic with the structure and how you're going to write it. So first things first, let's break it down. Every essay has to have 4 paragraphs, according to me. The introduction, the body paragraph 1, the body paragraph 2, and the conclusion. The introduction would generally start with paraphrasing the topic in your own words. Then I have mentioned the second line as general statement, but marked it as tentative. There's a reason why I say that. It's because if your paraphrase is really long, you do not need to generally give a general statement, as your paraphrase is pretty much covered the amount of words that you need to make your introduction look really big and concrete. After that, we have your thesis statement. Here is where you go ahead and address the essay question. I am going to show you a question in some time, and whatever structure that I'm telling you right now is actually going to be easy, and you'll be able to correlate to that after I show you the actual essay topic. All right. Then jumping into body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 1 starts with the first line, which is introduce the idea. Whatever your body paragraph is going to be, whatever is the supporting argument that you're going to put on that body paragraph, needs to always be put in one sentence in the first line of that paragraph, which is why it's called introduce the idea. Then you go ahead and explain the idea. Take 2 or 3 lines here and explain the idea in more words. You can, play with your language skills out here. Okay. Then go ahead and give relevant examples for the idea. And then finally go ahead and close the idea. We'll talk about how to do all of this in just a moment, but just let's first go ahead and focus on the structure. Moving on to body paragraph 2, the same rules apply here. Whatever is your argument that you're going to put here, put it in one line in the first sentence of the paragraph, followed by the explanation, and then then one example, and then going ahead and closing the idea. Moving on to conclusion. Now here's the reason why I ask you to put the idea in the first sentence of each paragraph. It's because your conclusion is a summary of both the ideas that you've written. If you've gone ahead and penned down the idea in one sentence in each body paragraph, wouldn't it be easy for you to go ahead and devise the same ideas in different words? It's right there. All you have to do is just change the words when you're writing it, and voila, here you go. You have the exact conclusion sentence. The reason why I mentioned complex sentence in brackets is because when you are going to write that particular conclusion, the first line of the conclusion paragraph, it needs to be in one sentence talking about both your ideas together. This is where your grammar would actually come into play. So it's important that you go ahead and do that. The last line of your essay will be an opinion if it's asked of you, depending on the essay type, or you can just give a general statement. Simply put, you can go ahead and talk about what your own feelings about this particular topic is there. Whatever you feel about this particular topic can be mentioned here. It's important that you go ahead and not use the word opinion when the opinion has not been asked of you, because otherwise you might end up losing some marks in the essay, right? So I'm going to show you an essay topic over here, and we can discuss about how we can apply that structure. If you guys want, you can take a screenshot of the essay structure that you see on my screen here. Okay. So here is your essay topic. Now remember the introduction that I told you about, where you go ahead and paraphrase the topic in your own words. This part from some on to mixed schools is your topic, and this is your question. So you can go ahead and first summarize this in other words. Okay. Try and go ahead and use different words for sentence for words like schools, boys and girls, education, all of that. You can go ahead and put them in your own words and make this paraphrase really concrete. Because this paraphrase will be really big, in my assumption, there's no need to give a general statement. But let's say if you had to give a general statement, you could have simply mentioned something like this, that in today's day and age where education is so important, this debate stems from the fact that most parents want to give their children the best kind of education, or the most prestigious kind of education that they deserve, which is why they are of the opinion where something point A and something point B. And then you can talk about your thesis statement here, where you can mention that this essay will discuss both these views in extensive details in subsequent paragraph, followed by my opinion in the conclusion. Okay. Now let's jump into body paragraph one. Let's say in body paragraph one, I am supporting single sex schools. I will give my reason to support single sex schools in one paragraph. Now, you might be of some opinion. Let's say we'll take something really easy over here. Single sex schools is where which in which I believe most of us would feel that students can easily concentrate on what is being said because there's no distraction from the other gender. You can go ahead and put this in one sentence here. The single sex schools offers an education environment with no distraction from the other gender. That will be the introduction of the idea. Then you can go ahead and obviously explain that in two or three sentences, give a relevant example, and simply close the idea. Closing the idea is really simple. You just go ahead and put in a sentence that starts with therefore or hence, saying, just reiterating the fact that this particular idea is why this particular subject is so important, or the school is so important. Similarly, in body paragraph 2, let's say here we are going to go ahead and support co-educational schools. I can talk about why co-educational schools are important. Let's say for me, co-educational schools actually provide you with all-rounded education. So I can go ahead and mention that. I can put something like the major benefit for co-educational school is that it teaches you, gives you an all-rounded education, also helping you with developing your social skills, where you can go ahead and mention this. So you can talk about that later on in life, you might have to interact with other genders, and co-educational schools actually gets you ready for this. Then you give a relevant example, and then you go ahead and close the idea. And lastly, we come to conclusion. Because I had made you put both the ideas in one sentence in each of the paragraphs in the first sentence, it becomes easy for you to go ahead and summarize the ideas, summarize both the ideas. So I can start with something like, to recapitulate, this essay discussed why co-education schools are important because it provides an all-rounded education, a holistic point of view in terms of education, and why single-sex schools are important because it helps the child study without any kind of distractions or disturbances from the other gender. You can go ahead and put this in one complex sentence and then move on to your opinion by saying, in my opinion, whatever your opinion may be. Okay, so this is how you break down an essay. So this was my first post on talking about the essay structure. The next few posts will be talking about how you are marked on your essays, how you can go ahead and add linkers and connectors. I even have a really exciting way of helping you create examples of, let's say, certain points that you may not find examples easily. I'll teach you a really cool way of making examples for that as well. But that will be coming up in the next few videos. So if you find this really helpful, do go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you will have more videos coming up. If you would like, you can even reach out to me personally for any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much, guys, and hope you all have a great day.